Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we have a new lesson about solving equation involving absolute value. Absolute value, we studied this before. Absolute value for any number, it means the distance between the number inside absolute value and 0. For example, absolute value of -3 will be 3. Why? Because if you count from -3 to reach to 0 on number line here, okay, the distance will be 3. 1, 2, 3. What about absolute value of 3? Will be same, equal 3. Why? Because if you start counting from 3 to reach to 0, how many steps here? You have 3 units. 1, 2, 3. Then the distance again between -3 and 0, it will be equal 3. The absolute value also for 3 will be positive 3. How the question come? Absolute value of x equal 3. In this case, he asks you solve. Solve mean find the unknown number or variable you have. We have here x inside absolute value. Then here we have two solutions. The x inside may be 3 because absolute value of 3 like we have up equal 3. And the number inside here may be -3. That's why we have another solution and this x equal -3. Then we have two solutions. The first one x equal 3. The second one x equal -3. Let's solve some exercise. Solve each equation. Question number 1. Absolute value of 3t plus 6 equal 9. Okay, to solve it, we cancel this absolute value. How can we cancel it? With the inside absolute value may be positive or maybe -9. That's why we write two equations. The first one, 3t plus 6 equal positive 9. Another one, 3t plus 6 equal -9. Now, let's solve each one. -6 to cancel 6 beside 2. And then we have here 3t equal 9 minus 6 will be 3. Now divided by 3, divided by 3. Then we have here t equal 1. Then the first solution is t equal 1. What about another one here? 3t plus 6 equal -9. We do minus 6 to cancel plus 6. Now we have 3t equal -9 minus 6 will be -15. Now divided by 3, divided by 3, then t equal -5. Then the solution for absolute 3t plus 6 equal 9 will be t equal 1 and t equal -5. Question number 2. Absolute 3 minus 2r equal 7. Like we said, the inside absolute, we write it one positive and another one, we make it equal -7. Now, let's solve it. Where is the variable here? R, and which number around 2 and 3? We start with the farthest. This is positive 3. To cancel positive 3, we do -3. Okay, -3 on both sides. -2r equal 7 minus 3 will be 4. Now we need to cancel -2. -2 is multiply with r. That's why we do divide it by -2 on both sides. Then negative divided negative will be 1, positive 1. R equal 4 divided -2 will be -2. Then the first solution here will be R equal -2. What about the second equation? Where is the variable here? R, which number around 2 and then 3? We started to cancel 3. -3 minus 3. 3 minus 3 0. Then we left here -2r equal -7 and -3 same sign we do plus, it will be -10. Now how can we cancel -2? Divided by -2, -2 on both sides. Now 2 divided -2 will be 1. We don't need to write 1r, just r is enough. Negative positive, 10 divided 2 will be 5. Then the second solution, r equal 5. Then we have here two solution, -2 and 5. Next question. Question number 3. Absolute 6y minus 7 equal -1. We have a problem here. What is this? Absolute equal negative, this is impossible. Why this is impossible? Because if you remember, absolute represents the distance, and the distance always represent positive or 0. We can't represent distance by negative number. Okay, in this case, what is the solution for this? We said the solution would be no solution. Question number 4. Absolute v minus 2 equal -5. The same problem here. Absolute never be negative. That's why we said no solution. Again, next question. Question number 5. Now, how can we solve this equation? 2 absolute h minus 3 equals 8. This question different, not like before. The question before we have absolute outside all numbers and variables. But in this question, we have absolute inside only for h. Okay, we should solve this question by finding h. How can we find h? We cancel any number outside. We start with 2 or minus 3. We start to cancel minus 3 by plus 3 plus 3. Then 2 absolute value of h equal 3 minus 3 will be 0. Then here 8 plus 3 will be 11. Now our problem here, we need to cancel absolute. Also we need to cancel 2. But like we said before, we need to cancel the farthest. This 2 is multiply. To cancel multiply, we do divide. Then we said h equal 11 over 2. Now, how can we cancel absolute? In this case, we should make it h equal positive 11 over 2 and h equal negative 11 over 2. Then again, to cancel absolute value, you put the number outside here in other side, one positive and other negative. Question number 6. 4 minus 3 multiply absolute cube equal 10. The same here. We should cancel 4 first. Minus 4 on both sides. Now we have negative 3 absolute q equal 10 minus 4 will be 6. Now we have two problems here. We have absolute, we need to cancel, and minus 3. This minus 3 here is multiply. To cancel multiply, we do divide on both sides. Now negative 3 divide negative 3 will be 1. We have left here absolute q equal positive negative negative. 6 divided 3 will be 2. We have a problem here. You remember, absolute never equal negative. In this case, we'll said no solution. Question number 7. 4 over absolute p plus 12 equal 14. Okay, where is the variable here? The variable here in denominator for 4. Okay, what should we do here? We should start to cancel 4 and 12 and absolute. But which one farthest? We started to cancel 12 first. Now 4 over absolute p equal 12 minus 12 here is 0. 14 minus 12 is equal 2. Okay, now which one first? We should cancel 4. This 4, how can we cancel 4? Multiply its inverse. 4 is divided. Then we can multiply it by its inverse. 4 over 1 will be 1 over 4 on both sides. Now we have here cancel 4 with 4, 1 up and absolute. P down. To multiply quarter, make it over 1. Divided 2 will be 1 here. Divided 2 will be 2. Then we have 1 up left and 2 down. 1 over absolute. P equal 1 over 2. We can flip both, or we can set up equal up, down equal down, okay? But flip both. Absolute p equal over 1 equal 2 over 1. Now we have here absolute p equal 2. In this case, we'll have two solution. P equal 2 and another solution will be p equal negative 2. Now guys, we finished the lesson and I hope everyone understand it well. And I hope to see you again in next lesson.